In this menu item, we're going to have a look at using Teams assignments. Teams assignments have many use cases, right from class tasks through to formative and summative assessment. So when you want to create a new assignment, you navigate to the assignments section and you click on the blue create button. There's options to add a new assignment or a new quiz. We're not going to cover quizzes, but suffice it to say, if you've got a quiz or an exam of some type in a Microsoft form, you can set that as an assignment and you can have it appear as part of students' assignments in Teams, and you can also set time limits and things with that as well. But we're going to click on the new assignment button. This will be fairly familiar to most people, although it has had some changes over the time, and it might look a bit different as well depending on how you're looking at it, what size monitor. So you need to add a title for your assignment, and you can also add some instructions. You can bold and underline. In here you can also add an image if you want to. These attachments are where the better practice starts to come in for Teams. So I'm going to click on attach, and you can see there's lots of items that I can choose from here. I'm going to upload a document, and when I upload it, there's an edit I can make here to the settings. So at the moment, you'll see that it says students can't edit. What that means is that this is a read-only file for students. So this might be, for example, the task sheet that I don't want them to be able to edit. I just want them to be able to view it. If you click on the ellipses next to that, you can actually allow students to edit their own copy. So what this will do, say if it's a scaffold or a template or something you want the students to actually fill in as part of the assignment, it will give them each their own copy of that, and they can complete it right within the Teams ecosystem. What that means is that actually it keeps everything in-house. It means they don't have to download and put it in their OneDrive and risk losing it. It means they can actually work on it within the Teams ecosystem. That's really important. It's really important to have that conversation with the students, that you actually don't want them to download the file. You want them to work on their own copy within Teams. When they see it as a student view, they can click on and open it in Word or Word Online if they prefer to use that from Teams, which I can show you in a second, but it's important to have that conversation with your students. There's obviously options to set due dates. The default time is 11:59. We don't necessarily have a school policy around default times, but 11:59 might not be the best one, so I'd encourage you to have a think about that. There's options to say which teams you want it to go to, whether it goes to current students or future students or just individuals. There's an option to set a module. We'll talk about modules in a second, but this comes in with the new classwork feature that we're going to talk about, so you can choose to do that. There are rubrics that you can add as well, and you can also add points. And so we're not going to talk about that today, but there are some, if you're interested in looking at those things, I'm very happy to have conversations about that. And you can also add tags, which help to sort of organize things a little bit. In terms of other bits and pieces, if you want to turn on the Turnitin integration, that's in options now. So you can turn that on up in this options tab. You can also choose where to post the notification to. So you can choose which channel you want the notification posted to. And so if you have an assignments channel, then you might always have your posted notifications to go to there. You can also choose if you want it to be added to calendars, and then notifications for late turn-ins as well. So lots of things. Probably I think the main thing is around this attachments. You can also from here create a new document. So if you want to have the students respond in a whiteboard, for example, you can create a new whiteboard that they respond in. There are also these learning accelerators, and if you want to explore more about those, there's a little about button there, and you can look more about what they can do for you. I'm just going to quickly just show you the student view of this. So this is what it would look like to the student, and as I said before, they can click on that ellipses and open it in Word if they want to, without having to download it. And that means that at any time you can actually come in and access the assignment, the student's work. So if we have a look, if I come into my my networks task, which I've got sitting here, I can come in and I can see a list of my students. I can see the status of their work, whether they've turned it in, whether they've viewed it. Not turned in, by the way, means they haven't even opened it, and you can look at where they're at. And so that enables you to actually have that oversight of what the students are working on without having to actually go searching through their OneDrive. So look, Teams assignments is there's a lot in Teams assignments. It's really great for setting up routines with your students, and so I'd encourage you to really use your demo team to practice and play so that you're very comfortable in the Teams assignment space and using it with your students.